Hi, here we are back again on the farm. We're not exactly on the farm today. We're in Lizzie's bedroom because Lizzie has a pet bunny and his name is Mr. Hoppy. Is he Mr. See, he's very happy. So Lizzie, where did Mr. Hoppy come from?
I don't know where it is, but there's a rescue that it's in an old warehouse type thing, and they have a bunch of bunnies that they rescued and take care of until they get adopted.
Great. And so is he a good pet?
Yes.
What makes him a good pet?
Because, like, I used to have a hamster, and they're, like, nice to have in your room, but bunnies you can, like, cuddle with, and some people, like, train their bunnies to do tricks and jump over stuff, which you can't really do with a hamster.
Wow. But what if he goes potty?
Well, he is litter box trained, so he only goes in his cage.
Wow, that's really cool. So thanks, Liz. And I'm going to read a story, actually, about a woman who fosters bunnies in her home to get them ready to go to a new house. So thanks, Lizzie, for letting me use your bedroom and to show Mr. Hoppy to us. I'm going to be reading Borrowing Bunnies, a surprising true tale of fostering rabbits. And it's written by Cynthia Lord, and the photographs are by John Bald, and the illustrations are by Hazel Mitchell. And I'm reading this with permission from Farah Strauss Giroux. Borrowing Bunnies, a surprisingly true tale of fostering rabbits. My family fosters bunnies for an animal rescue. That means that we take care of the bunnies at our home for a few months until they're ready to be adopted by another family. Some bunnies we foster have never lived in a home or been loved. It's our job to teach them how to be good pets for their new family. You could say that we borrow bunnies. Bunnies are all different, and fostering is full of surprises. After a few days of feeling safe and loved, a bunny that had seemed shy at first might be cuddling with me and leaping off the furniture. Being surprised by the bunnies is a fun part of fostering. One pair of Netherland Dwarf bunnies gave us the biggest surprise of all. These two bunnies had lived hard lives outdoors in wire cages, covered only by a tarp, even in snowy weather. When they arrived at the rescue, they were hungry, thirsty, and scared. First, they were given food, water, and good care. Then the bunnies needed to learn how to live in a house. They needed to see that people could be kind. The rescue called me. I brought home a little gray bunny named Benjamin and a chocolate brown bunny named Peggotty. I gave each one a pen with food, water, hay, toys, a litter box, and a rabbit-sized wooden house. Peggotty had a drink of water and a rest, but Benjamin was eager to explore and meet my own two bunnies, Blueberry and Muffin. He wanted all the bunnies to pay attention to him, and if they didn't, he stamped his foot. Since Benjamin was a boy and Peggotty was a girl, they couldn't live in the same pen, but they liked to visit each other and touch noses. Every day I stroked Benjamin and Peggotty to show them that people can be kind. I taught them to use litter boxes to keep their pens clean. They discovered new treats, like bananas. When a bunny is happy, it leaps into the air and twists. That's called a binky. The first time I saw Benjamin and Peggotty binky, I grinned. They were doing so well. They had learned to live in a home and to trust people. I could see they were happy. I thought they would soon be ready to be adopted. And that's when I got a big surprise. One morning I noticed that Peggotty had filled her little house with fur and fleece from the bottom of her pen. When I lifted the house to look inside, the fur wiggled. We had 4 baby bunnies. And they look like miniature hippos. The name Peggotty comes from a book by Charles Dickens, so we named the babies for Dickens characters too. Fezzy, short for Fezziwig, was the dark brown baby. The light colored one was Dodger. Pip was the reddish brown, and the littlest baby was Tiny Tim. I checked on them as Peggotty hopped around the room, and I gave her some carrot tops and told her she was a good mama. Every day Dodger and Fezzy changed. As their fur grew, they stopped looking like tiny baby hippos, and instead they looked like tiny bunnies. But Pip and Tiny Tim were not born well and strong. We helped them nurse before Dodger and Fezzy to be sure they got enough to eat. We tucked them between their stronger siblings to keep them warm. We asked the rescue and our veterinarian for help and tried everything they suggested. But Tiny Tim lived only a few days, and Pip died soon after, and my heart was broken. For a while after Pip and Tiny Tim died, I felt both happy and sad whenever Dodger or Fezzy did something new. I was happy that Dodger and Fezzy were healthy, curious baby bunnies, but I was sad that Pip and Tiny Tim hadn't had the chance to grow up too. Fezzy and Dodger learned to eat hay, drink water, sniff, climb, and hop. They played with toys in a tunnel. They even liked to cuddle with two stuffed animal bunnies, and we named those toy bunnies Pip and Tiny Tim. Dodger and Fezzy heard interesting sounds at our house. The doorbell, the television, music, the vacuum cleaner. They explored new places, they visited Benjamin, and touched noses. The first time I took Fezzy and Dodger outdoors, a breeze was blowing. They felt earth and grass under their paws. They heard cars going by and our neighbor hammering, a dog barking, and birds singing. During each new experience, Fezzy and Dodger were shy at first and then brave. Fezzy and Dodger kept growing and growing and growing. I touched and held each of the bunnies every day. I also invited others to hold them so that they wouldn't be afraid of new people. After being fostered in our house for 8 weeks, Fezzy, Dodger, Peggotty, and Benjamin were ready to be adopted. They had all learned how to live in a home and be good pets. For a long time, Peggotty would hop over and rub her chin on my foot whenever she was out of her pen. That's a bunny's way of saying, "You belong to me." And then, if I reached for her, she would dart away. But now, after she rubbed her chin on me, she put her head down for me to pet, asking me to love her back. I had some mixed up feelings, as you always do when getting ready to say goodbye. These bunnies had changed my life as much as I had changed theirs. Fezzy was the first one to be adopted. She went home with a wonderful family. I sent her off with a bag full of familiar toys and things that smelled like her bunny family, including one of the stuffed animal bunnies. And then Dodger and Peggotty were adopted together by a family with 2 daughters. That left Benjamin. As I thought about finding a home for him, I got another surprise. I realized that Benjamin already had a home with us. My family adopted Benjamin, and now he's ours for keeps. And then it talks about if you want your own rabbit for keeps. So if you want to read the book or find out more about bunnies, you can come to the library and get some books about rabbits and how you can have a rabbit as a pet. So thank you, friends, for visiting with us again and learning about bunnies, and we'll see you next week on the farm.